What's up, sports bettors? I love sports betting, so let's go ahead, let's get into it. You can see lines are moving around. The Pistons just moved from plus 587 to plus 601. So line movements you can see kind of on the odds jam screen are highlighted in green and in red. So let's go ahead and let's kind of get into the three picks I have because they're player props. Two NBA player props as well as one NFL prop for tomorrow, an NFL player prop for Thursday Night Football. So the way that underdog fantasy works, right, just so you know, I of course put my own money on all these plays. We'll have winning streaks, we'll have losing streaks, but the way this platform works is any three-leg parlay on underdog fantasy, if you go here, you're betting $1 to win 6, right? It doesn't matter if you take overs, unders, whatever. 1 to win 6, any three-leg parlay. Doesn't matter what picks you select. So we've gone through the math tons of times, but essentially that means underdog fantasy is giving you the implied odds, implied price of minus 122 on any player prop you select. So whenever you're placing bets on underdog, you want to think, okay, do I like this play at minus 122? Maybe you do, maybe you don't, right? So for example, the first play I went with, just a data-driven bet, is Fox under 4.5 rebounds, and we have a 2.37% profit margin on it. And again, I had a video on prize picks earlier. I just bet this. All I do in these videos is show you what I'm betting with my own money, right? I don't know. Maybe you have prize picks available to you. Maybe you don't. Maybe you have different sports books. What OddsJam does is it takes all the bookies in your location. So I'm in Arizona right now, but wherever you are in the world, scans them and shows you where the value is, right? There's no BS. There's no BS. You know, what's so fascinating about sports betting that I love is all of these bookmakers have different odds, right? So it's all about using all of this data. All these sports books, they set lines independently. They have their own models. They're taking their own bets. It's efficient betting market. So all you want to do is hunt through these books and look for value. Value is also called edge in sports betting. And what you can do is you can sort by percent. I mean, you can do all these things, right? But here, the reason I like this play on Fox is all the sports books have the under heavily juiced. We're getting it minus 122. Clearly a lot of value at minus 122, and all the bookmakers have it juiced minus 140 to minus 163. So there are other videos on this channel kind of about how to back out the profit margin of your plays, stuff like that, so you can watch those. But long story short, we just want to find three picks where we really like the bet at minus 122 odds. And this is an example of a no-brainer play, right? The next one we have is NFL. So a lot of other people will ask me, hey, why is this bet or why did you have an NFL video today, but not a video on NHL player props? Or why did you have more NHL player props today? I mean, literally, again, it's the same answer. I just follow the value. Sportsbooks are starting to post player prop odds for Thursday Night Football, so I found a good play. We're getting Drake London under 3.5 receptions. All of the bookies have this juiced minus 180, minus 150 to minus 180-ish, it looks like, minus 140 to minus 180. We're getting it minus 122 on underdog. You could also get this on prize picks and a 5-pick flex play, but just really clear value, once again. So all this EV betting tool does, so positive, what is positive EV? It just means value, right? Positive expected value. Your bet is at good enough odds that the profit margin is positive. You're beating the VIG. You will win in the long run. And a lot of people, will ask is this a lock? And it's like, no play's a lock. And we use OddsJam in a lot of ways to hunt for value. Like here, you can see there's a 20-yard gap between prize picks and underdog fantasy. So if you just look through, player prop betting markets, there's a 20-yard gap for Matthew Stafford. Prize picks has his line at 245 half, underdogs at 265 half. So OddsJam is all about using data, right, to find sharp plays. And what you'll notice if you use our bet tracker, and you can sync sports books. So you can see I've synced, the sports books I use in Arizona, WinBet, and Prize Picks, is there will be ups and downs, right? You'll have positive weeks, you'll have negative weeks. And now that you can sync sports books with OddsJam, what's really cool is it just automatically will pull my bets from, Prize Picks. So here you can see, 5-pick flex. It'll automatically pull my bets from Prize Picks, WinBet, Caesars grade them as wins or losses, and show you your profit and loss over time. So when you're a positive EV bettor, it's like there will be some downs, there will be ups. You're finding plays with an edge. You're finding a coin weighted in your favor. You're not guaranteed to win. If you hear the word lock in sports betting, in the person serious, like it's not actually a lock, right? Like we're getting under 3.5 receptions for Drake London at minus 122, and there's clearly a ton of value, right? All the bookies are pricing this minus 167-ish, minus 140 on Pinnacle. So clearly the under is a heavy favorite. We have 1, 2, all of these sports books are kind of, I call them independent data points of where the line should be set. So all these sports books have the under heavily juiced. We're getting it minus 122 in a underdog 3-pick entry. So that's a no-brainer, right? Superbook has this minus 180. So definitely a play you want to be on Prize Picks or underdog. Also, you should get more sports books. When you come on OddsJam, we'll show you all the bookies in your state. But more sports books means more betting opportunities. You don't have underdog fantasy, and you only have Prize Picks. Well, you can't get Fox under 4.5 rebounds, right? Which has incredible value, as you can see right here. So these, finding value, it may not seem like that big of a deal, but it's a massive deal. It's a massive deal in the long run, right? Like if you look at our screen, if you're getting plus 130 versus plus 125, it adds up in the long run. In sports betting, it's not about, like we say this all the time, but it's not about winning every bet. I mean, you saw in my profit graph, there are ups and downs. It's about winning in the long run, So it's all about finding plays with an edge, accepting that there will be some ups and downs, but you're investing, right? So it's the same thing here, right? Matthew Stafford, if you want to take his over, you should be line shopping and taking him over 245 half passing yards on Prize Picks, which you can see is right here. We definitely want him over 245 half as opposed to over 265 half on underdog. 20-yard gap. That's a huge deal, right? If he ends up with 250, your over would cash on Prize Picks, it would lose on underdog. You got to hunt for value. So the final play I went with is just another positive EV play. And I know I have a lot open, but it's Finney Smith over 4.5 rebounds, so I can show you that very briefly. Let's just go here. So where are you, baby? Here it is. Another rebounds play. Let's make some frickin' money.